don't make it seem like you're disappointed when I told you I finished school.
Oh, that's
like,
funny.
they say I look like I'm 60. Your mama looks like she's 60, bitch.
Why they hate on you?
Because they can't beat me.
They can't be.
I hate me too half the time.
We're back with Chase. I literally had to chase around for like 3 days. She was upset at me, I thought. But today, she found me and she wants to elaborate more on her story. And there are some rumors out there, Chase, that you are in prison again. Can you clear that up?
No, I'm not in prison. As you all can see, I'm still right here. I'm kind of in a bad mood today, so I don't really want to answer a lot of questions. I feel like I'm just going to talk.
Let's do it.
So, yeah, what all these people have my name in their mouth, it's because I'm doing something right. They're hating on me because they can't be me, which I'm not even that great to want to be anyways, but it's okay. And I want to touch base on some of the comments and stuff that were on YouTube already from my first video about my makeup. Well, I like my makeup and I'm the only one that has to deal with it every day, so I don't care what anybody else has to say. I think I look good. And I bet you if you see me on the street, you will try to pick me up too. I don't like how you guys were putting down the interviewer, talking trash. That's not right. When he's out here trying to help people better their lives and benefit them. Talking about my looks and my age. Yeah, well, drugs and street life do a number on you. It's not that easy to be out here in the streets every damn day. It wears on you. It takes a toll on you, you know? My goal is to still get clean and sober, but it's not been going that great lately. Because I'm still out here in the street life, I guess. But I have a friend right now who just offered me help if his tribe will let him help me. But I'm not sure if I'm going to take it. Sad.
You said your friend is part of a tribe and he's going to help you get into a rehab?
Yeah, he's in India and he has a lot of connections with the tribal.
Okay.
And so yeah, he's going to try to see if he can help me get into a program, then pay for it.
So you're serious about this? You
Yeah.
want to get clean?
This is not the life anybody really wants to live.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I know I don't. I don't want to live this life. I do it because I have to.
Okay.
And things are a little bit worse than last time. I'm not in my relationship anymore. I'm out here by myself now. So it's a little bit harder.
So you're single now?
Yep.
Okay. Are you able to talk about what happened?
I walked out on him a couple months ago.
Yeah.
And he took me back thinking we were going to be okay after that, but we weren't. And he's been trying to make me repay for it for like 6 months. And I finally got tired. Tired enough to say I'm done.
I know you don't want to be asked a lot of questions, but I do want to go back to the last interview, when I asked you how you end up in Vegas. What exactly happened back there in Boston? And how did you end up here and why?
When I was in Boston, it all started like that's right when I started getting clean.
Yeah.
And I was on the run. I had charges for kidnapping my own son. My mother pressed charges on me because I didn't bring him home in time. And then I did bring him home. The cops were outside her house waiting on me, so I got arrested. Yeah. And my youngest son's dad bailed me out. And then I went on the run. I didn't do what I was supposed to do for the probation and shit. Yeah. I was facing 25 years back there for kidnapping. So at that point, I put myself in a psychiatric hospital because I know the law, they can't touch you if you're in a psych hospital. They can't even report to the law that you're there or not. And I waited there with them, like in the hospital until my husband got his check because I was married then. And when he got his check, we got on the next thing smoking out of there. Came out here. And then when I came here, I was good for a while. And then when I started catching cases again, when I went to court here, when I was in jail here, I wrote to the jails out there, the courthouse in Boston, and asked them to run my cases concurrent so that I could just get my time over with, which was really a good thing because it went from like a 25-year sentence because Boston's really strict on kidnapping. Yeah. Compared to Vegas out here, they let me run it with a four-year sentence that I did.
Yeah.
So yeah, I came here on the run. And then Vegas is addicting, so it's really hard to leave.
When you were out there in Boston, your mom had custody of your kids?
My oldest, yeah. Okay,
why does she have custody?
Because I'm a drug addict.
You were back then too?
I started doing drugs at 15 years old. Plus, I knew that they had, I'm not gonna dumb, I lost my son when he was a baby, but I fought and got him back. Okay. And when I got him back, the judge had told me if I ever lost my kid again, I would never see him again. Okay. So basically, like, I knew that they were gonna step in because somebody called CPS on me. And they stepped in and they did an interview with me. And I lied to them and told them that I was on my psychiatric medication and I was getting help and I really wasn't. And I knew that they were going to look into it. So when they did that night that they left my house, I called my mother and my father to come to my house and I signed custody of my son over to them. Okay. And I told them to go to probate court the next morning and probate that shit so that when CPS tried to come out and get my kid, they couldn't. And that's exactly what my parents did. They were in court the next morning at 8 o'clock with a notarized letter from me that I no longer had custody. So they did come to my house the next day to try to take my son, but they couldn't because I no longer had custody. I don't know, with my sons, it's a touchy subject. Like, they're just now, my oldest is just now, like, being my son again and letting me try to be a mom again. He had a lot of animosity towards me leaving. And he's like, I have 2 sons, and my oldest is like the very outgoing, doesn't care what he says type of what he does. If he hurts you, he doesn't care. My youngest worships the ground I walk on and doesn't think I do anything wrong, even though he knows I do. And that kind of scares me too, because I don't want him to get older and then hate me. And like, because we didn't deal with it now when he's like younger. But my oldest, like, the only reason he has anything to do with me right now is he got his own drug addiction. And he used to think I was a piece of shit mother for leaving him. And he never understood why I left. I didn't leave. I left them with people that could take care of them when I couldn't. I didn't want to bring them through the lifestyle I was living. It wasn't right. And I knew that they were with my family, they'd be taken care of, and their dad. But recently my son was just telling me, he likes to throw it in my face a lot whenever like he's in a bad mood because he's bipolar, just like me. Yeah. So he'll talk shit about me not being there or whatever. But the guy I was with just recently, he talked to my son and he told my son, basically, your mom can't change her past, buddy. But she's always going to be your mother, no matter what. And at the end of the day, either you're going to either accept it and move on from it. You don't have to forgive it. You don't have to get over it. You can accept it and move on from it, or leave me alone. Or he's going to have to just leave me alone, because I can't keep reliving my past because he wants to get angry. That's not right either, because how am I going to be able to move forward if I have to keep reliving the past? But then he got his own addiction, like I said, and I helped him get clean. And after that, now he understands why I left. He understands it wasn't just because I wanted to get high. It was like I was doing what was best for them. Plus, I wouldn't want my kids to be raised out here in Vegas. I want my sons back in my life. I have a good relationship with them over the phone, and like through video chats and stuff. Yeah. If it wasn't for Facebook video chat, I don't know. I probably would never know what my kids look like right now. Besides like a regular picture, they're grown, they're huge. Yeah. But they want to be in my life though. They want me to come back to Boston, but I'm scared. I'm scared of relapsing.
Have they seen the video?
No, not yet.
Okay.
They know what I do. Yeah. They found out at a young age. My sister-in-law did some spiteful stuff and told them that I was a prostitute. She told them I sucked dick for money on Craigslist.
Oh wow.
And my youngest son, who, like I said, worships the ground I walk on, didn't talk to me for 2 years over it. Yeah. Until he realized like that my sister-in-law was just trying to feed into his head and make them turn on me, which is real childish shit to do. I don't care how mad I am if so many kids have nothing to do with nothing. But yeah, we're working on our relationship. It gets better and better every day. But really, they've changed now. You know, both of my kids, they're both done with school. They both have good jobs. Like my youngest son does asphalt, blacktop paving, driveways. Yeah. That's really hard work for a 17-year-old. And they're really like my kids are sad. Like they'll call me just to make sure I'm okay.
That's awesome.
Just to make sure I'm alive.
Yeah.
And that's sad because my kids should never have to feel that way. Yeah. Nobody's kids should ever have to feel that way. But yeah, that's enough about them.
Okay. I know you want to hear. You want me to ask a lot of questions, but I do want to know. Since some of our viewers were asking, what part of Boston did you grow up in?
Dorchester and Roxbury.
Okay. What kind of neighborhood was that growing up?
Oh, the ghetto.
Ghetto?
Yeah, it was like, there were like 3 white families.
And it was mainly African American?
Yeah.
Any Hispanics in Boston?
Oh, a lot. My baby's Puerto Rican.
Oh, okay. How about Mexicans?
No, there's no Mexicans out there.
Not yet. Maybe now they moved over.
Maybe now, but when I was there 13 years ago, look, I didn't know the difference, and that's why when I came out here, it was like a culture shock, because I went to a Mexican person and asked them for a Spanish seasoning, and they're looking at me like, what the fuck am I talking about? And I'm like, bro, how do you make yellow rice? And they told me in a box. I said, my mother-in-law would have a heart attack if I ever tried to make yellow rice out of a box. No. And
then my other question was, you have some kind of ties to the mob?
Yes, my dad was second in command to Whitey Bulger. That was my uncle Whitey growing up my whole life.
You knew him?
Yes, we knew him. My dad was second in command of the chain, right underneath him. Okay. My dad used to kill black people for walking in his neighborhood. My dad was born in the 30s in South Boston. Uh-huh. They were not accepted there. Okay. And the funny part is his first grandchild is black.
Oh yeah? Did he love him?
He told me, well, my dad had never hit me my whole life. I'm daddy's little girl. I got whatever I wanted. Yeah. But the day I found out I was pregnant and told him I was pregnant by a black guy, he told me, those 13 concrete stairs I built in front of this house, I'm going to kick you down them, so don't come home. And I was scared because my dad never talked to me like that. Yeah. But that was his favorite grandson. Yeah. Whitey loved my son. They all did. Like, it was funny, like, just the way that baby changed them.
Yeah. So he gave up his racist hat.
He gave that up when we were younger. Like, me and my brother and sister, like, we weren't raised to hate. Yeah. He didn't raise us like that. Just because that's how he was raised, he didn't raise. Like I said, we grew up in a majority of black neighborhood. Yeah. Like, but we were always taught. He did tell us not to date out our race. Yeah. and I'm the rebellious one, so I'm gonna do what you tell me not to do. And so I did. Like my oldest son's black, my youngest son's Puerto Rican. And I want to touch base on some other comments too.
Go ahead.
That were on there about my age looking, and on my hair, and
how you don't rob people, you're lying.
Oh yeah, I don't rob people. The funniest part is, the guys that I do rob, they come back. They're like my best regulars. It's so fun.
Okay, elaborate on that, because people don't believe you. Some people.
Some of these guys out here, if you ever watch pornos or like documentaries on like real life stuff, a lot of these guys, it's their fetish, like for a girl to like bully them. And that's basically what I do, is like that's what they feel like I'm doing, is bullying them. They feel like like they want a girl to pump them, like, and that's what so when I take their money and basically tell them to get the fuck out of my house, what are they gonna do? Nothing. They usually can't call the cops because they're usually married. But these guys, I have one guy, I'm not gonna lie, I seen him last week. He's such a weirdo. He pays me to go to Walmart with him and pick us out clothes, me and him, matching outfits. And I mean in the girls section, both of us, me and him, matching outfits. And then he got mad last weekend because when he got me weekly last week. And when he did, he had just finished putting his little fingernails on and painting them, and I told him he had to go. So he had to rip all his fingernails off. But I've robbed him 3 times in one day.
Yeah.
Like, they're stupid. They like it. It's a. I don't know if they're trying to figure out how you're doing it, or I don't know. This one guy, he comes to see me all the time, and every time I get him the same exact way. Every time.
Yeah.
I find a way to leave the room, and I leave him in my room, and I send somebody in there to kick him out every time. And he falls for it every time. And he'll say, "You're not going to do that this time, Chase, right?" "Nope, I'm not going to do that. I got you." Yes, and I do that. Like, don't get me wrong. There's certain dates that I'll do the bare minimum I have to do, because if I feel like it's going to be beneficial for me and the person's going to come back and take care of me, then absolutely I'm going to do the least bit of what I have to do, but make them feel like they got the most.
What's the bare minimum?
I've given head, that's it.
Okay.
I'm not sleeping with these guys. And then you guys are on here talking about I do sleep with them. You don't know what I do. So I'm honestly being real and being out here telling you guys how I'm doing criminal acts basically every day. So why would I lie about that shit? That don't even make no sense. Like, I don't have to lie about none of my life, because my life is not a good life to be, and it's nothing to brag about, I promise that. So
you're being honest.
Yeah, and there's no reason to lie.
Yeah.
I'm a drug addict, and I'm a prostitute, and well, I'm not really. This is my motto. My motto is, I don't play Nintendo, I play pretendo. I pretend to be a hoe. And then I'm going to teach you guys another little motto too about Boulder Highway. That's where we're at right now.
Yeah.
This is the track out here in Vegas, and the motto is Boulder, where the hoes are older and the game is colder. And it is so true.
Yeah.
Don't let Boulder change you, because it's gonna.
Yeah. So this is the main track in Vegas.
This is one of the main tracks in Vegas.
What's the other ones?
Tropicana in the Strip.
Okay.
And the old Vegas, like Fremont and stuff.
Yeah.
Where Maria be.
Yeah. There's now some of these cops, I've heard stories that you got service the cops here.
A lot of the cops are dirty. That will come to you and make you do dates with them. That's never personally happened to me, but they'll make you do dates with them, and then they'll take you to jail after. They'll still fuck with you.
That's what I heard.
There's no entrapment law here in Vegas, though. Yeah. Vegas, we don't have laws, we have statutes. So every day things can change. It's not one set thing like it is every other state. And a lot of people don't understand that either when they're saying things on Facebook too about the entrapment and people being cops. There is no entrapment law in Las Vegas. That means if I ask a cop if they're a cop, they do not have to tell me yes. Any other state, if you ask a police officer if they're a police officer and they tell you no, they cannot use anything they got against you when they bring you in. Out here, they can use it all against you. They can have sex with you and then take you to jail. And it doesn't matter because they don't have to tell you they're a cop. Knock on wood, I've only been arrested once in this lifestyle I have, for the lifestyle I have, which is the prostitution lifestyle. And I didn't even go to jail that day. Because that's the one good thing about me not getting into cars really on the street.
Yeah.
Because that's how you get caught up.
You are gonna try to go into a rehab and get help, right?
Yes.
Now, you might have to do some time first?
Yeah, I have to go back to prison.
Okay.
I'm gonna go and do like 7 months.
Okay, where's that in
here?
Nevada?
Yep.
All right. What was the longest stint you did in prison?
4 years.
Okay, now, when you're in prison, were you involved with anyone?
What do you mean?
With a woman?
No, absolutely not. I don't like girls.
But a lot of women are there.
I don't like girls on the streets or in jail.
Okay. You don't go there gay for the stay?
No, absolutely not.
Okay.
Absolutely not. Nope.
What about any prison guards try to...
Nah. The prison guards up there, the prison out here is not prison, it's camp. Prison out
Okay.
here is nothing. It's
Oh.
bullshit for real. It is.
Is that-
Like it's a kiddie camp.
Yeah.
The women's jail, like there's no camaraderie. There's no like segregation. Like there's no like the South Side is here, the Crips over here, the Bloods over here. No, they're all together, and we all function together. It's like it don't matter.
Are there women out there that sleep with the guards and?
Yeah, there was one girl that just was a lifer,
Yeah.
and she got pregnant by one of the guards.
And we're here in Nevada.
Yeah,
Is
they
that
walked them off the
common?
yard in front of us.
It's common.
I don't, not really, but yeah.
It happens.
See, when I go back to prison, I'm not really worried about it because I go to minimum custody when I go in. I'm not a bad criminal. Like when I go in there, I do follow rules when I go into shit. So I get to leave the prison every day and come back in.
Yeah. I think you're gonna touch a lot of young people when they see this video. Can you how again? I've asked you this before, but how would you talk a young lady wanting to get into this lifestyle?
That it's not for her. Don't do it because it's not for anybody. Honestly, the shit we go through, it's degrading. And I know you guys, people want to say, "Oh, why is the sex industry degrading?" Because when you're not really wanting to do it, it's degrading. When you have respect for yourself, it's degrading. You don't know what these guys say to us and what they do to us or want to do to us. You know, like it's weird. There's a lot of weirdos out there. Well, to me, it's degrading. So, but I wouldn't suggest no girl to go into this. And like when I do get sober and clean and sober, my choice of job that I'm going to take up is I want to be a substance abuse counselor, but I don't want to be it for adults. I want to be it for adolescents.
You got some good comments on that one. What are your plans when you get clean? How are you going to become a substance abuse counselor?
I see them on Facebook all the time. The little advertisements that like you only have to be 6 months sober, and you can actually get a real job like in a nice program place.
Yeah.
And I actually have a friend she works in an adolescent home, and I went to the home with her one time, and one of the little boys that wouldn't open up to anybody opened up to me and talked to me, and told me what it was that was going on with him. And I didn't think I could work with kids because of my felonies.
Yeah.
She actually called her boss and told her boss what had happened, and she asked him like, would they be able to hire me? And he was like, yeah, my crimes are money crimes, so I would definitely be able to still work with the children there, which is a good thing because I love kids. But I don't know, I have a thing for like when I talk to people, I guess like they open up to me and tell me things. I don't know why. Maybe because I'm a good listener or I don't know. But a lot of people, my favorite question to ask people that are on heroin is, why? Why do you get high? And I tell them, no, I don't want to know, like, I don't want to know details. I just want to know, I said, because there's something that you're suppressing. There's something you don't want to deal with that's obviously too powerful that you can't manage your life with it right now, and you want to numb yourself. For me, it was my dad dying. My dad was my best friend, and when he died, I feel like I felt like my whole world was gone. But a lot of people, it's due to like child molestation or, being abused as a kid or as an adult, whatever. But I've had a lot of guys tell me things that like they've never told anybody in their whole life. And I'm like, I don't know how to deal with it sometimes.
Now, you're a very polarizing figure on my YouTube channel, but you have a lot of love out there too. And
I do, and I want to thank all the people. I want to thank all the people that actually have written me the support messages and the job offers and stuff.
Like, you got some job offers? Can you talk about that?
I did. There's a guy in Idaho. He owns an IT support company out there. And he messaged me and offered me a job to go and like book their appointments, and he offered to pay for my housing to get out. They pay for my trip out there, pay for my housing until I get on my feet. Like, he's a good guy. He's from New York.
Give him a shout out. What's his name? Do you know?
Nope, but I'm going to tell you it right now.
Right.
I'm going to find it for him because he is a good guy, and I talk to him almost daily now.
Okay.
I also want to shout out to my friend Jack.
Yeah, give us a shout out while you're
My friend Jack is a really good guy. He's not a client. I tried to make him one in the beginning, but he's definitely not. He's actually never met me face to face, but this man does above and beyond for me than most people that have known me for a lifetime will do. So I respect this man, and thank you, Jack, for everything you do for me. I appreciate it.
Any other shout outs to maybe your kids?
Yeah, James and Jalen, Mommy loves you. And the reason I'm doing this shit is for you guys, so just know I'm trying to stop. One thing at a time, though. I've stopped the needle, so now I just gotta stop smoking. My kids know I get high.
I think you can do it this time. And you got the guy from the res?
Yeah, I still have my ex-boyfriend too. Like he still supports me. Okay. And he's still there for me, like with some certain things. But I don't know. I think my anger's too strong for him right now to even be able to take the help he tries to offer me.
Yeah.
Because I don't know. I feel I'm in my feelings a little bit. But then I have a lot of guys that just offer me, like, say they want to send me some money or whatever.
Yeah.
So if anybody else wants to send me money, my cash tag is $IMB as in boy. O, S as in Sam, S as in Sam, B as in boy, I, T, I'm that boss bitch.
What was your email again?
My email is the same. It's I'm that boss at gmail.com. There's no bitch on that one.
Thank you so much, Chase, for the interview. We all love you.
Thank you, Ray, and hope we do an update again soon.
Yeah, we will. Next time I see you, I know you're upset this time, but next time we'll do another interview.
All right, and thank you. I'm sorry, Ray, for being so rude, but
it's all right.
I was just
You
kind
weren't
of
rude.
disappointed
I
with
understand.
the comments some of these people were saying.
No, I know.
It seems like they don't know what it's like. They must not know what addiction's like, though.
Yeah.
And they must not know the street life that some of us girls have to go through.
Yeah.
And these people are here like you that want to help us, and there's not so many out there that even can understand what somebody's going through.
Yeah.
A lot of people are real ignorant to it because they don't know about it.
Yeah.
And if they educated themselves, they probably see that we're the same kind of people as they are.
Yup.
We're not bad people just because we're addicts and prostitutes.
No.
I'm actually a good person.
I could tell. You got a heart. You got a good
Sometimes.
heart. You got a good heart.
Don't tell nobody else.
Nah. I could sense it.
Yeah, I have a good heart. I try.
All right, baby.